What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back. I do appreciate the support. I started tripping over my words. Guys, listen. This story flew under the radar Thursday night. And shout out to Tawana Cook for sending this to me. And it's a story of this young lady right here, 34-year-old Jaquana Butler. And Jaquana Butler is locked up right now with no bond. Why is she locked up? She's locked up for shooting her 17-year-old son multiple times over a video game, over an argument pertaining to his video game. And this happens a lot. It does. I mean, not to the extreme of somebody getting shot, but for some reason it seems like if you take a kid's game console, it's like taking their phone or basically taking their life. Life is over. You can't function without it. Let me play this. I mean, it's a very short video clip, about 20 seconds, but I'm going to bring out some things that the video doesn't talk about. And I think it's worth having a conversation over. Check this out.
Now, Atlanta police are investigating a shooting involving a teen that happened last night. Police tell us a 17-year-old boy was shot near Lawton Avenue and People Street around 10 p.m. Investigators say his mom shot him during a dispute over a video console. The teen was alerted and taken to the hospital. His mom is now facing several charges, including aggravated assault.
It was a very short news clip, but it's sad all the same. She shot this boy several times, and it's not funny. It's just, this happens a lot, and a lot of people don't talk about it. There was a story like this a few years ago where the mom just straight out killed him. She shot her son and just killed him. And this happened in Atlanta, and I'm going to point out a couple of things. First thing is this. You ever notice it's only boys that get killed over the video games? Think about that. It's only boys that get killed. I've never heard of a story of a girl getting mad because something was taken from her, or as far as a PS4 or whatever game console. It's always boys. I don't know what it is with these boys and this fascination of video games. I mean, I used to play them, but I was never consumed to the point where I would get killed over it. I mean, you look at it now. Kids are out here killing each other over video game consoles. Killing people and stealing their consoles. That's been recorded on the news before. That's the first thing. It just seems like there's always boys being caught up in this mess. Another thing is this. She shot him several times. Not just once. Several times. As a parent, what goes through your mind the way you got to go get a gun because you feel as though you losing the argument? What point did you have to go get the gun, and how much anger did you have the way you just let the trigger go? Not one time. I mean, one time is crazy, but several times. I mean, it goes back to what I said before. A lot of times, like I bring up the age gap. Yeah, she's 34 and he's 17. That means she was what? Pregnant when she was 16, had him when she was 17. Her life ain't even started. Under normal circumstances, she'll still be with her parents. Preparing for, 12th grade? This right here says a lot. And this is something that's going on. That's why, teenage pregnancy, I'm really against. Now, I mean, granted, circumstances happen, but I mean, the rise of teenage pregnancy and all the sexuality and all that stuff that's being portrayed and pushed out here on our youth, it's not a good call. She didn't even get a chance to experience life before she had this baby. Seriously, I wonder if anybody in her corner was saying, hey, listen, it's not advised that you had this baby at a young age. I don't even know if people came at her like that. Because I'm going to tell you something. That, what she did to her son, screamed a lot of frustration. Tell me if you agree or disagree. That screamed a lot of frustration. She had that baby when she was young. Things ain't going the way she wanted them to go. Financially, her life not turned out the way because she got to sacrifice and give a lot of her time to him. He not responding the way she feel he should respond in life. And thus all these frustrations come out. A lot of anger is directed towards your own child. Most likely ain't getting help from his father. Feel like she's doing it by herself. And this is a reality out here. The way you feel when you're 16 and not knowing what's out there in deep water, guarantee you're going to feel a certain way when you get out there and realize everything that you thought you knew was a lie. It's just one of those realities that we face. Now, I don't know her situation with this boy or how big he was. Maybe he was a big kid. I mean, 17 years old. Some of them look like grown men nowadays. You know, I don't know how tall she is or what her stature is, but I'm going to tell you something. Knowing his mother, they might be doing this they had a history of doing this, going back and forth. And he might not respect his mom. And the reason why I say he might not respect his mom is you are a product of what you raised. I mean, you're a product of how you're raised a lot of times. This boy watches his mother. He watches her ways in action. As you watching your kids growing up, they watching you too. A lot of stuff you do, they don't agree, but they don't say nothing because they're taught to be in a child's place, but they're observant. After a while, if the pressure's too much on them, a boiling point will ensue. And when you argue, a lot of things come out that you never thought that they knew. And buttons are pushed that aggravate you as a grown-up because you didn't keep them from your kid. You know, just because kids are kids don't mean they always stupid. They do say things sometimes that hint at wisdom and common sense that you as an adult should know. Let me show you something. I looked this article up about this woman, about this whole setup, right? Look at this. Look what it says. They got this woman on here now. This is stuff this boy must have witnessed, or some of this stuff. It says, who is Jaquana Butler? Now listen to this, guys. Jaquana Butler has been arrested and is now facing charges of aggravated assault, reckless conduct, and child cruelty as indicated in the online records of what we just talked about. However, this is not the first time she has encountered legal trouble involving child-related offenses. Having a lengthy criminal record dating back to 2010, Butler has faced various charges over the years, including, listen to this, reckless conduct, child abandonment, forgery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated battery, armed robbery, false reporting of a crime, and a weapon possession. Now, that is a lot. Those are charges dudes be having. And you see this a lot now with a lot of younger people, like in their 30s, like 30s and below, generation coming up behind me. You'll see a lot of women nowadays that are just as brutal as men. I mean, hell, we see that in some of the stories I cover. But I mean, just as far as like going out there and really brutalizing and being out in the open with physically assaulting people and just doing all kind of stuff. You know, with this I don't give a F attitude, and I think that's killing us as a people. A lot of women out here nowadays feel as though they have to be just as hard as men, if not harder. And the thing is, like, you know, we chase a lot of idiocy in our culture. Look at this. There's more. And this is why I say you got to watch what kids see and they experience when you as a parent are around them and don't exhibit good leadership skills or have them around somebody that they can relate to of the same sex, like for this boy. Check it out. Furthermore, Butler was charged with child abuse in 2012, and she was found guilty on multiple counts related to child cruelty and battery family violence in 2019 for an incident that took place in 2016. Court records indicate that she received a 6-year probation sentence as a first offender. She was also charged with simple battery in April of this year. Butler remains in custody at the Fulton County Jail without bond as of June 30th. It's a history. See, stuff like this don't really take off. It's always a history. Now they gave her probation, 6 months probation for something that took place in 2016. And now she done came back and shot this boy. They got a history of fighting each other, whether it's physical or verbal. Sometimes you could have kids and they get on your nerves and you don't like them. They don't like you because you show them too much and they've been through too much with you, while other people have normal childhoods. A lot of children don't. And this just ain't in the black community, this is in all communities. A lot of people say, oh, wow, why would a kid, kill their parents? Sometimes in their defense, it's what they go through. Stuff they should see, that they shouldn't see. Stuff they should not, that they know, they shouldn't know. That's why there's a lot of violence out here now, because we don't put a cap on what our kids see at a young age. We'll be like, oh, they don't know what these rap lyrics mean. Oh, they don't know what this is. They too young, but they still singing it. It's still going in their subconscious mind. You're a product of what you're around and what you ingest, whether it's mentally or physically. It's like we don't understand that. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. This is unfortunate, but it's a reality.